Verse 67, before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I have kept thy word. David let affliction teach him. You know, affliction, God can use affliction in our life as a wake-up call. An affliction can say to you, where is your trust? Where is your confidence? Is it in Wachovia? Where is your confidence? An affliction can cause you to say, God, my trust is in you. You're all that I have. Verse 71, it is good for me that I have been afflicted. What? David? What? It's good? Because David saw the beauty of what God has done through afflictions. He says, that I might learn thy statutes. Some of the times that I've pressed into God the most have been the hottest times of my life. And I say hot, I mean in the furnace, in the fire, right? Verse 81, my soul faints for thy salvation, but I hope in thy word. Mine eyes fail for your word, saying, when will you comfort me? For I am become like a bottle in the smoke, yet I do not forget your statutes. How many are the days of thy servant? When will you execute judgment on them that persecute me? Verse 87, they had almost consumed me upon the earth, but I forsook not your precepts. Verse 92, unless thy law had been my delights, I should have then perished in my affliction. Verse 95, the wicked have waited for me to destroy me, but I will consider thy testimonies. Verse 133, order my steps in thy word, and let not iniquity have dominion over me. Deliver me from the oppression of man, so I will keep thy precepts. Verse 136, rivers of water run down my eyes, because they keep not thy law. Verse 141, I am small and despised, yet do not I forget thy precepts. Verse 143, trouble and anguish have taken hold on me, yet thy commandments are my delights. 153, consider mine affliction and deliver me, for I do not forget thy law. Verse 157, many are my persecutors and my enemies, yet I do not decline or turn aside from your testimonies. And then verse 176, I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek thy servant, for I do not forget thy commandments. You know, that's a man after God's own heart. That's a man that was blessed of the Lord, wasn't he? King David. And David went through much trial and affliction. Some of it was earned, some of it was unearned. But what I wanted to read to you is there. You see the hope that the word brought to David in the midst of affliction. So count it all joy. And you know, anytime you share a message like this, you're always thinking, well, if I say these things, I'm like inviting an affliction. No, you don't have to invite them. They'll show up. The important thing is are you prepared? See, God never calls us to something or to experience something that He doesn't give us the grace to handle. He gives us the grace to do it. His grace is sufficient for whatever we go through. So we're not going to let the things of the world, we're not going to let the enemy of our soul, we're not going to let him get the advantage, because we're going to be a strong church for the Lord. That's our profession. God, we are yours. You are mine and I am His. My beloved is mine and I am His. And draw me, Lord, and we will run with you. So God has prepared us. So whatever you're facing, you can trust and hope in His Word. And you can trust and hope in Him. Knowing that God is working it in your life. And He's working patience. And I also want to say that that does not mean that everything that you experience, you're just supposed to sit back and take it. You need to be listening to the Lord. Like that man, he thought, my business is going downhill. The Lord said, you need to take authority. There's principalities and powers. There's spiritual wickedness in high places. I mean, there's spiritual warfare, right? We're not just to roll over on our back and just say, oh, well, I'm suffering for Jesus. Well, we want to listen to see what Jesus is saying to us, right? And believe His promises. You do not have to be ashamed of the promises of God. You hold on to those promises and don't let them go. And God bless you today. Amen. Amen. Hey, Bobby, would you pray and close us?